Hello, I'm Vaishali Kohli and you're watching NewsX. Let's begin with the headlines. Now, after 48 hours ceasefire, Pakistan carries out airstrikes in Afghanistan, killing 8 civilians, including 2 children. Afghan Taliban forces launched retaliatory strikes in Pakistan. Pakistan's airstrikes in the Paktika district of Afghanistan has killed 3 cricketers. In a show of solidarity, Afghan Cricket Board has called off November trilateral series involving Pakistan. Meanwhile, Afghan cricketers expressed their solidarity. Now, in a big win for Indian authorities, the Belgian court has approved the extradition of fugitive jeweler Mehul Choksi, validating the arrest by Antwerp police. Choksi now has 15 days to appeal against the order. All right, now US President Donald Trump has once again reiterated that India will not be buying Russian oil. He further stated India is pulling back and will stop buying oil soon. Alright viewers, now 3 Afghan cricketers were killed in a Pakistani airstrike in Paktika province near the Pakistan border. The Afghanistan Cricket Board said the players had travelled from Urgun to Sharan for a friendly match and were targeted after returning home during a local gathering. The board condemned the strike as a cowardly act by Pakistan. Afghanistan's T20 captain Rashid Khan expressed deep sorrow, calling it a heartbreaking loss of innocent lives, including women, children and young cricketers who dreamed of representing Afghanistan. I have our reporters and now I have, Chetan Seth, who's live with me from Bhopal. I also have Akshay Jaiswal live from Jaipur, Akash Yadav live from Varanasi, Brian Thomas live from Noida. And my question first to you is, Chetan, 3 cricketers have lost their lives in Afghanistan. What more can you tell us?
आप बिल्कुल साफ तौर पर देखिए कि पाकिस्तान ने जिस बार एक बार फिर से अपनी कायराना हरकत दिखाई और अफगानिस्तान पर जो एयर स्ट्राइक किया, जिसके चलते 3 खिलाड़ियों की मौत हुई है। ऐसे में बेहद दुख खिलाड़ियों के प्रति जो क्रिकेट प्रेमी हैं उनका भी है। मेरे साथ तमाम क्रिकेट प्रेमी बातचीत करने के लिए हैं। एक बार पाकिस्तान ने एयर स्ट्राइक कर दिया अफगानिस्तान में, 3 खिलाड़ियों की मौत हुई है। कैसे देख रहे हैं इस घटना को?
यह बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना है और इसके लिए हमारे मोदी जी बिल्कुल तत्पर खड़े हुए हैं अफगानिस्तान के साथ में। अफगानिस्तान के लिए हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी बिल्कुल मददगार हैं, बिल्कुल मदद करेंगे वो इस देश के लिए। और रहा कि आगे चल के भारत और पाकिस्तान का मैच होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए, तो ये बिल्कुल गलत है। पाकिस्तान के साथ अब भारत कभी नहीं खेलना चाहिए। ये बीसीसीआई और आईसीसी से निवेदन है कि अब पाकिस्तान का मैच कभी भी ना हो। धन्यवाद।
कैसे देख रहे हैं इस घटना को कि कायराना हरकत पहले भारत के साथ पाकिस्तान ने की, अब जो अफगानिस्तान के साथ कर दी, जहां 3 खिलाड़ियों की मौत हुई है। क्या आप भी लगता है कि पाकिस्तान से भारत को मैच खेलना चाहिए या संबंध रखना चाहिए?
मैं बोल दूं, मुझे कोई पुलिस केस तो नहीं होगा। मेरे तो ये है कि बस एक ही काम है, अगर हिंदुस्तान में कुछ है, जनता पब्लिक है, तो बिल्कुल अटैक कर देना चाहिए पाकिस्तान पे और इसको ऐसा कर देना चाहिए साली को बिल्कुल के मैं तो साहब मेरा खून खोल उठ रहा है। मेरा बहुत ज्यादा खून खोल उठा हुआ, मेरा तो कुछ पूछो मत ही, मेरे आंखों में आंसू हैं। बेचारा छोटा सा अफगानिस्तान को ये बताइए क्या बिगाड़ा उसने? अब तो जाग जाना चाहिए मोदी जी को, बिल्कुल अटैक कर देना चाहिए, बिल्कुल कर देना ही चाहिए बिल्कुल, और बिल्कुल मैच नहीं खेलना चाहिए, बिल्कुल ही मैच नहीं खेलना चाहिए। हर हिंदुस्तान का हर आदमी चाहेगा, मैं ही नहीं हर आदमी चाहेगा हिंदुस्तान का कि कोई मैच ना देखे, बिल्कुल मैच को बैन कर देना चाहिए। पाकिस्तान को, किसी भी खिलाड़ी को कहीं भी कंट्री में कोई मैच नहीं खेलना चाहिए हिंदुस्तान को, ये मेरी प्रार्थना है सभी देशवासियों से।
पाकिस्तान के पहले भारतवासियों में पहले भी आक्रोश था अफगानिस्तान के साथ, फिर एक बार हरकत की, कैसे देख रहे हैं इस घटना को?
देखिए कि पहले भी ऐसा कर चुके हैं वो, और आईसीसी को बड़ा नियम लेना चाहिए कि इसको प्रतिबंधित ही कर देना चाहिए। और अभी 40 से ज़्यादा लोगों की मृत्यु भी हो चुकी है, जिसमें कई क्रिकेटर भी शामिल थे। ऐसे में भारत अफगानिस्तान के साथ में खड़ा हुआ है और अफगानिस्तान को डरने की ज़रूरत नहीं है।
देखिए, भारत भी अफगानिस्तान के साथ खड़ा हुआ है। क्रिकेट प्रेमी बता रहे थे कि किस तरीके से एक बार फिर पाकिस्तान की ओर से कायराना हरकत की गई, जहां पर खिलाड़ियों की मौत हुई है। इसके पहले भारत के साथ भी इस तरह की घटना हो चुकी। पहले से ही जब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर चला था, उस दौरान से ही जो भारतवासियों में पाकिस्तान के प्रति आक्रोश है, ऐसे में एक घटना हो जाना तो और आक्रोशित करती है। भारतवासियों का भी यही कहना है कि इस घटना के साथ वो अफगानिस्तान के साथ खड़े हैं और पाकिस्तान को मुंह तोड़ जवाब देंगे।
अक्षय जायसवाल is joining me from जयपुर। अक्षय, लोगों में इतना आक्रोश है, गुस्सा है, आपको क्या जानकारी मिल रही है?
जी देखिए, लोगों में काफी आक्रोश है, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से पाकिस्तान दिन पे दिन जो कायराना हरकतें कर रहा है, उसमें जो है सभी देश यहाँ पर खौफ में देखने को मिल रहे हैं, क्योंकि इस तरीके की जो हरकतें हैं वो बर्दाश्त करने लायक नहीं है। क्योंकि अफगानिस्तान के 3 खिलाड़ी आए हैं, तो सीधे तौर पर जो अफगानिस्तान देखिए बड़ा दिल रख रहा है, और अभी भी उन्होंने अभी तक जवाब नहीं दिया है पाकिस्तान को। लेकिन समय आने पर युद्ध जो है और बढ़ सकता है, क्योंकि इस तरीके की जो हरकत है वो कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं की जाएगी। क्योंकि पिछले दिनों जो पहलगाम में जो भारत में भी जो हमला हुआ था, उसमें भी जो पाकिस्तान का पूरी तरीके से इन्वॉल्वमेंट था, वो सीधे तौर पर देखने को मिल रहा था। लेकिन पाकिस्तान जो है अपने इस कायराना हरकतों से बाज नहीं आ रहा है, और इस तरीके की जो हरकतें हैं वो सीधे तौर पर करता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। ऐसा लगता है आम जनता का सीधे तौर पर कहना है कि पाकिस्तान के जो क्रिकेट बोर्ड को है पूरी तरीके से बैन कर देना चाहिए। पाकिस्तान के और भी जो अन्य जो सुविधा दे रहा है, अलग अलग जो देश दे रहे हैं, वो सुविधाएं बंद कर देनी चाहिए, ताकि जो पाकिस्तान है अपनी हरकतों से बाज आ जाए और उसको अकल ठिकाने में आ जाए। ये सीधे तौर पर आम जनता का कहना है।
जी आकाश यादव, आप हमारे साथ वाराणसी से जुड़ चुके हैं। पाकिस्तान अपनी हरकतों से बाज नहीं आ रहा है, क्या रिएक्शंस आपको मिल रहे हैं?
बिल्कुल, देखिए दुखद घटना है। कहीं ना कहीं इस एयर स्ट्राइक में जो खिलाड़ी मरे हैं उन पे संवेदनाएं हैं, लेकिन हमारे साथ देखिए कराची के लोग हैं, सीधे उनसे बात करना चाहेंगे। जिस तरीके से पाकिस्तान ने एयर स्ट्राइक किया, उसके बाद अफगानिस्तान के खिलाड़ी की मौत हो गई, अब इस पूरी घटना को किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
ये पहली बार तो अफगानिस्तान के तीन खिलाड़ी को आत्मा शांति दे भगवान, और वो परिवार दूर करने सकते थे। और जो पाकिस्तान ने जो ये कारनामा किया, कहीं ना कहीं उसका वो डीएनए है, उसका वही पैटर्न है। मतलब कि वो लाचार लोग को, मासूम को अपना हमलावर बनाता है। कहीं ना देखा जाए तो पाकिस्तान के लिए बहुत बड़ा हैवानियत के काम है। कहीं ना कहीं क्रिकेटर का इसमें क्या इन्वॉल्वमेंट था, कोई इसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं था। और मैं आपके माध्यम से आईसीसी चेयरमैन जैसा से ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि जो पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड है वो कहीं ना कहीं उसको बैन कर दिया जाए। जो उसको ये कारनामा के लिए उसको कहीं ना कहीं उसको हामी बनना चाहिए, और ये सबके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा संदेश है। अभी हाल ही में भारत के खिलाफ भी विवाद हुआ, फिर अफगानिस्तान के विवाद हुआ। ये बहुत गंदी घटना है, मैं कहता हूँ मैं, और पूरे भारतवासी इसके साथ अफगानिस्तान का खड़ा है।
पाकिस्तान बार बार ऐसा कायराना हरकत, क्या उसके खून में लग रहा है क्या इस तरीके से हरकतें करना?
वो एक आतंकवादी मुल्क है, वो एक बार फिर से उन्होंने प्रूव कर दिया। हमारे हिसाब से भारत सरकार को परसों तो हम लोग का फेस्टिवल दिवाली है, एक दिवाली उनके नाम पे मना देना चाहिए। अभी जो हम लोग के देश में पहलगाम में हमला हुआ था, 26 लोग मारे गए थे, निर्दोष लोग। 26 मिसाइल भारत को पाकिस्तान में दाग देना चाहिए दिवाली के दिन। इसलिए दागना चाहिए क्योंकि अफगानिस्तान पे जो उन्होंने एयर स्ट्राइक कर दिया, जिसमें 3 अफगानिस्तान क्रिकेटर की मौत हो गई। इस टाइम भारत को भी कर देना चाहिए एक्शन, पीओके इसी टाइम ले लेना चाहिए था, क्योंकि भारत के साथ इस टाइम चाइना भी खड़ा है।
क्या लगता है इनको आईसीसी बैन कर देना चाहिए?
आईसीसी बैन टोटल कर देना चाहिए। भारत सरकार को और अफगानिस्तान सरकार को मिलकर आईसीसी से बात करना चाहिए, आईसीसी चेयरमैन से, उनको परमानेंट बैन कर देना चाहिए।
भारत और पाकिस्तान के मैच को लेकर क्या सोचते हैं कि मतलब होना चाहिए?
नहीं,
अब नहीं खेलना चाहिए,
अब तो कभी नहीं खेलना चाहिए। वो
एक पक्षी मैच या बहुपक्षी मैच हो, सारे मैच एकदम बंद।
कितना दुखद घटना इसको देखते हैं।
हम तो ये चाहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान को हर देश से बैन कर देना चाहिए। वो उसके डीएनए में ही छुपा है, मतलब आतंकवादी पूरे पाकिस्तान है वही है। इसीलिए हम चाहते हैं कि पूरे देश से बैन कर दिया जाए, इसको क्रिकेट मैच से बाहर कर दिया जाए, इससे कोई नहीं खेलना चाहिए।
देखिए बिल्कुल, देखिए काशी के लोग हैं कहीं ना कहीं आक्रोशित है जिस तरीके से अफगानिस्तान के क्रिकेटरों की हत्या की गई है एयर स्ट्राइक में, जिसके बाद काशी के लोगों की प्रतिक्रिया है, साफ साफ कह रहा है कि बैन कर देना चाहिए आईसीसी से, इसके साथ भारत को कभी मैच नहीं करना चाहिए। तमाम तरीके की जो बातें हैं काशी के लोगों ने इस घटना के बाद कहा।
चेतन, अक्षय, आकाश, आप सबका हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। एंड व्यूअर्स, वी वर गेटिंग यू लाइव रिएक्शंस ऑन दिस बिग ब्रेकिंग स्टोरी. And now moving on. Now the airstrikes were conducted by Pakistani military forces, reportedly using drones or jets, targeting residential and civilian areas in Afghanistan's Paktika province amid escalating border tensions. According to Afghan officials and media, the strikes deliberately hit populated zones, including homes and gatherings, despite a fragile 48-hour ceasefire agreement which was mediated in Doha that had just been extended. The Afghanistan Cricket Board and Taliban spokespersons described the attacks as a cowardly and barbaric violation aimed at non-combatants rather than militants, resulting in no reported military targets being acknowledged by Pakistan. Let me cut across to my colleague Yash Ahuja to give you some details on the strikes. Yash, over to you.
Yes, Vishali. So, as you can see on the map on your screen, Urugun town was the main target of the Pakistani strikes. Urugun town is 150 kilometers southeast of Kabul and is directly adjacent to Pakistan border, making it an easy and a probable target. So, apart from Urugun town, there is a little small town called the Brahmos town, which was also struck in the same series of attack. Now this attack was carried out late evening on October 17th at around 6 to 8 p.m. local Afghanistan time, shortly after the ceasefire's extension was announced earlier that day. According to some locals, it was a brief and sudden. It was a series of multiple strikes lasting minutes to under an hour. It was without any warning, and eyewitnesses claim that it was a prolonged bombardment. It was a rapid salvo that turned these celebratory gatherings, with immediate reports emerging by the evening.
Yash, I will have to interrupt you because my colleague Ajay Jandyal is now joining me. Ajay, look at this sadistic move by Pakistan, especially targeting populated areas like homes.
See, it happens in the past as well. We have seen that many a time when Pakistan have failed on all the front, they use these tactics of targeting civilians, because they know that by targeting civilians, they'll be able to, make hue and cry in the area. And that is what basically pressurizing the government as well. And that is what they have done during the Operation Sindhu. They have targeted civilians in Poonch, Rajouri, Jammu, and in Kashmir as well. And if you talk about present situation, when it, the warlike situation between Afghanistan and Pakistan is going on, when Afghanistan troopers, they retaliated and targeted their Pakistani positions over there. More than 58 Pakistani army personnel, they were killed in that retaliation on first airstrike. And after that we have seen that number of Pakistani soldiers, they were captured, number of Pakistani border outposts, they were captured on the Durand line by the Afghanistan troopers over there. And Pakistan went to Saudi Arabia, they went to, there for the peace, and they were urging the people to do mediation between Afghanistan and Pakistan so that situation can be pacified. But after ceasefire was announced, and after yesterday it was extended, why Pakistan carried out attack on the civilians in that area? That clearly shows that they wanted to basically create panic among the people. They wanted to basically, pressurize the government, because they know that when they will target the civilians, then government in the Afghanistan that will be pressurized, and they will be they will not be able to react accordingly. But it's Afghanistan.
Ajay, stay on with me. I will come back to you. But now I have Brigadier Ranjan Jamwal joining me, who's a defense expert. Now, Brigadier Jamwal, Pakistan wants to mediate with them, wants a ceasefire. Then it goes on and kills these young cricketers only in their 20s, 3 of them, and then deliberately targets populated areas. When will this country change?
Nothing new for Pakistan Army. They have been doing it, they have done it before, they will do it again. If they think they can get away with it. They have done it in Balochistan, they have done it in Northwest Frontier Province. I mean, it is not exactly a professional army, doesn't fight by any rules, rather doesn't fight at all. It tries to, they thought they could get away with it in Afghanistan, but they aren't getting away. With great difficulty, last time they got a hammering from the Taliban in Pakistan and the Afghan army. These guys went running to Qatar and Saudi Arabia. They meditated a ceasefire. Apparently, that ceasefire is not holding out anymore. And this time, the reaction of the Afghans would be much worse. What they've seen till now was probably only a trailer. And these guys are going to go all out. They, in any case, always been claiming that we don't recognize Durand the line, and River Sindh is the boundary between us and Pakistan now, this thing. And our natural neighbor is India. This is, they've been openly stating for quite some time now, and I think Pakistan has pushed itself into that direction. In the coming days, you will find the Afghan army or the militia, this thing, fighting to their strengths. And their strengths are ground-based attacks, covert operations, special operations, this thing. And you'll see a much greater increase, this thing. And it will also have a effect on Balochistan. Because seeing what is happening in Northwest Frontier Province, the Balochis will also simultaneously increase pressure, and things are going to get more difficult for Pakistan. Actually, what was happening was the Shahbaz Sharif government and the chief of the army staff, that is Mullah Munir, they have personally come under a lot of pressure because of the thrashing they got in Afghanistan. This thing, after what the initial bombardment. So to ward off that pressure, they again, violated the ceasefire. And you see the whole thing they have done. It has, for them, in the world view, justified what India had done to them, because they are claiming that they went in after the terrorists in Afghanistan. That is exactly what we said. And it is actually a similar thing playing around, the other way around. Afghanistan had learnt a little about conflict termination from us and agreed to the ceasefire. Not exactly. They also had said it is not a ceasefire, it is a pause. We will see Pakistani reaction. If Pakistan doesn't mend its ways, we will continue in a much more violent operation. And Pakistan has not mended its ways. So in the coming days, you will see, very intense pressure on the Pakistan's the Western Front, very intense pressure. And they do not have the forces to deal with it. They are committed against India. They are committed in Balochistan. They are committed internally everywhere. So they just do not have forces on top of it. They are offering forces to Saudi Arabia on hire. So it has become very, very difficult for Pakistan now. Very difficult. I think it is just the end of the day now. The collapse is coming. One had been waiting for this collapse for years, this thing. But it appears apparently now this is the beginning of the end for Pakistan. Yeah.
Absolutely, Brigadier Rajan Jamwal. Beginning of the end, viewers, for Pakistan. And now moving on. Well, Minister of Borders and Tribal Affairs Mullah Nurullah Nuri has given a statement stating that Afghanistan does not have any official border with Pakistan and that there is only an imaginary line. He further added, and I quote, "All Afghans firmly believe that we share no formal boundary with Pakistan and that Afghanistan territory extends up to the Atik Bridge. This statement comes after Pakistan's airstrike in Afghanistan. All right, viewers, so NewsX is on top of this breaking story, the clash between Afghanistan and Pakistan. And of course, I have my colleague Ajay Jandyal joining me with more details. Ajay, what more can you tell us about the latest development?
Situation is still tense between Afghanistan and Pakistan, and Afghanistan authorities, they are continuously saying that if Pakistan is talking about the Durand line or the border between the two countries, then there is nothing like border, exist over there on the line of that area between the two countries. They say that it is only imaginary line. That is only one can say. Otherwise, Pakistan was continuously claiming that this is the border, and we are trying to make it sure that from no one from across the border that will come to their side. And we have seen that in last few days what have happened, that when Afghanistan carried out attacks, they started pushing back the Afghans, those who basically live there in the Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area. So that indicates that how scary and how Pakistan is basically operating nowadays. They are having a fear among them. They know that if Afghans will start carrying out ground invasion in that area of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, then it would be tough for the Pakistan to survive and deal with. So that's why they are using their air force instead of fighting on ground on the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and other part of that area. They are targeting Afghans and people, civilians over there in Afghanistan with the help of Air Force.
Ajay, stay on with me. We're now going to tell our viewers where exactly the bombings took place. Now, police spokesman Mohammadullah Amini Mavia has given a statement stating that the bombing struck southeastern Paktika province and two other areas close to the Pakistan border. He further added that a missile also struck a civilian house in Kandahar village that resulted in casualties. Meanwhile, he did not give any further details on the incident. Ajay Jandyal is with me again. Ajay, over to you.
Yes, number of places, civilian areas have been targeted by the Pakistan during the air operations, and that is what our sources are saying. Pakistani Air Force, J-15 fighter planes, as well as the drones are being used against Afghanistan by Pakistani forces, and they have used kamikaze drones, they have used fighter planes, and they have used a helicopter as well to bomb that area. That clearly indicates that they were having locations where they wanted to target, and that location was the location where basically civilians areas exist. So we have seen that Pakistani DGISPR have already said that if we have information and about any presence of Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, and there are several people as well, we will not spare them as well. We will target them. If kids and the females are being killed in that attack, we are not responsible. That indicates that how inhuman, how brutal they are. They intentionally targeting the civilian areas on the name of TTP, and that is the reason that now Afghanistan is also giving a tough retaliation to Pakistan, and number of Pakistani positions and Pakistani soldiers have been captured by the Afghanistani forces over there.
Ajay, stay on with me. Now, viewers, more breaking news coming in. Afghan cricketer Mohammad Nabi has also reacted to the Pakistani strikes that have killed 3 cricketers. Nabi said that he is deeply pained upon hearing the development of 3 cricketers losing their lives. He paid his heartfelt condolences, saying that the entire country is saddened. Taking to Facebook, Nabi said, and I quote, "It was very painful for me to hear the news of those heroic players of Afghan district in Paktika who were attacked by Pakistani military regime after a friendly match of cricket. This incident is a big grief, not only for Paktika, but for the entire Afghan cricket family and nation. My heartfelt condolences to the families of these innocent players, my friends and the people of Paktika." Ajay is back with me. Ajay, what more can you tell us on the latest reaction coming in?
Yes, everyone is in the pain, and especially those who plays cricket, they know the struggle of any cricketer in their life, and that's why they say that they have nothing to do with the ongoing situation. They were cricketers. They were playing. They were returning after playing cricket match over there, and Pakistan have targeted the innocent civilians and the cricketer. That is really shameful and very painful for us, and it's a painful moment for the every cricketer in the world as well, because innocent civilians are being targeted from across, means that they basically intentionally wanted to carry out attack on these civilians so that they can be killed. So this is a brutal face of Pakistan, what world is seeing, and definitely these kind of attempts by Pakistan will not be tolerated. We have seen that American President Donald Trump also says that it was Pakistan who carried out the attack first, but I am here. We will try to normalize the things.
Ajay, we're getting our viewers more breaking news coming in now. In the latest updates, Rajya Sabha MP Priyanka Chaturvedi has given a statement stating that we can still do what Home Minister suggested in 2019 but forgot about it in 2025 post Pahalgam. She also questioned whether BCCI along with Afghanistan Cricket Board and other playing nations gather support and make a case to ICC to isolate Pakistan and keep them out of cricket. This comes after Pakistan's army carried out airstrikes in Afghanistan. Ajay, now I was speaking to our reporters across multiple cities, and people on the ground in India are also saying that India should not play any further cricket with Pakistan. Your thoughts?
And professional obligation, they have played cricket match, but now after this fresh incident by Pakistan to target the innocent cricketers over there in Afghanistan, Afghanistan have boycotted this series, and even now we have been told by our sources that most likely this series, tri-series which was planned and scheduled for the November month of 2025, that is also not going to happen, because Afghanistan have boycotted it. They say that we will not play this series in Pakistan, and this is a gesture to the people and the cricketers, those who have been killed in this attack. So definitely such people, such countries which basically are spreading bloodshed all over the world, they should be banned and they should not be allowed to play cricket as well.
Ajay, stay on with me because there's another big development now. Reportedly, Afghanistan's Minister of National Defense, Maulvi Mohammad Yaqub Mujahid, and the Director of Intelligence, Abdul Haq Wasik, have travelled to Doha for talks with the Pakistani side. They're expected to hold talks with the Pakistani side on the ongoing war. Ajay, what can we expect coming out of this conversation?
See, now the suspicion arises that whether this talks will happen or not, because after this fresh attack in which number of civilians and the cricketers are killed, it means that Afghanistan, minister also will take a call that whether they have to participate in such an environment or not, because it was a ceasefire, like a situation, but even after that, Pakistan have carried out attack on Afghanistan and killed innocent civilians and the cricketers. So definitely they have to take a call, but no doubt that it was Pakistan who basically roped in Saudi Arabia and Qatar for talks between the two countries so that the situation can be pacified. But even after that, when talks were scheduled for today, Pakistan carried out this attack, and definitely it can derail the talks as well. So let's see that what will happen. But as of now, there is no any official information as far as this talks is concerned. But it was expected that Saudi Arabia and Qatar are going to mediate between two, and they will help both the country to pacify and maintain peace on the borders. But how it is going to happen, that has to be seen, because Afghanistan clearly says in the past as well that we are not sponsoring any terror attacks or any happening in Pakistan, which Pakistan is blaming for, because TTP is a creation of Pakistan, and they are the separate groups. They are operating inside the Pakistan, deep inside the Pakistan. They are carrying out attacks against the professional army and the professional force which Pakistan claims, and then they need to tackle the situation instead of blaming us. So this clearly shows that Afghanistan is not going to take any
Thanks,
responsibility.
Ajay, for keeping our viewers up to speed with all those developments. All right, viewers, now moving on in the latest updates coming in. A major accident has taken place near Sirhind railway station after a fire broke out in the Garib Rath Express travelling from Amritsar to Saharsa. The accident took place half a kilometre ahead of Ambala. The train was halted immediately after smoke was seen billowing from one of the coaches. Meanwhile, the firefighters brought the blaze under control. I have my colleague Manohar Kesari joining me. मनोहर, ये जो एक्सीडेंट हुआ है ट्रेन का, इसके बारे में आप हमें क्या बता सकते हैं?
देखिए, बिल्कुल एक बहुत बड़ा ये हादसा था जो सुबह 7:30 बजे की ट्रेन नंबर 12204 जो अमृतसर से लेकर सहरसा जाती है, और ये ईस्ट बाउंड ट्रेन है, बिहार की सहरसा तक जाने वाली ट्रेन है। और सिंध रेलवे स्टेशन पे घटना घटी है। कोच नंबर 19 में ये आग लगी, और आग इतनी ज्यादा भयानक थी कि धू धू करके जलने लगी। आग की लपटें बाहर आने लगी, धुएं का गुब्बार आप देख सकते हैं। जो भी व्यूअर्स देख रहे हैं कि किस तरह से स्थिति थी। हालांकि रेलवे की ओर से जांच के आदेश दे दिए गए हैं कि इसकी क्या वजह, शॉर्ट सर्किट रही या कोई और वजह रही है। दूसरी बात यह है कि इसमें कई लोग जो है सो मामूली तौर पर जो है सो घायल हुए थे, जिनका अस्पताल में इलाज चल रहा है। लेकिन अच्छी बात ये रही कि इसमें कोई भी कैजुअलिटी नहीं हुई है, और अब रेलवे की ओर से दावा किया गया है कि उस ट्रेन को जो है सो हरी झंडी दिखा करके फिर से जो है सो सरहिंद रेलवे स्टेशन से सहरसा के लिए रवाना कर दिया गया है।
जी मनोहर, ये आपने बात एक अच्छी बताई कि इस हादसे के बावजूद कोई कैजुअलिटीज नहीं हुई हैं। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। Now meanwhile, let's cut across to Rajnath Singh flagging off the manufacturing plant of Brahmos in Lucknow. All right, viewers, as you can see on your screens, Rajnath Singh, of course, is flagging off the manufacturing plant of Brahmos in Lucknow. You can see those visuals live on your screens. Of course, this is about Bharat's Atmanirbharta in defense. It's, of course, UP's big defense manufacturing milestone. Yogi Adityanath has also taken part in this flagging off ceremony. Of course, a very big development, viewers, and we are getting you fresh visuals from the ground where this is happening. A very, very important step in strengthening India's military prowess, viewers. And of course, we are showing you, as I mentioned, those fresh visuals from Lucknow, where Rajnath Singh is flagging off the manufacturing plant of Brahmos. This is, of course, the flag off ceremony. It's a huge milestone for UP's defense manufacturing. As you can see, viewers, the flagging off ceremony is taking place in Lucknow, and we have fresh visuals coming in. And viewers, look at that. Look at those visuals that we're showing you on the screen. There's Yogi Adityanath as well with Rajnath Singh during the flag off ceremony, and that's one very, very interesting, happy moment that you can see on your screens right now. I have my colleague Siddharth Pratap Singh joining me with more details. Siddharth, what more can you tell our viewers?
Race also. UP is gradually become a major defense and air space protection hub of India, which is an important step towards Make in India, Make in the World. The first consignment will be dedicated to the nation. The important thing, the Rajnath Singh is also with CM Yogi Adityanath, and the different leaders of BJP is also with us.
Right. We seem to have lost that line, but viewers, look at those amazing visuals coming in of course, Rajnath Singh and CM Yogi Adityanath. And we were getting you those fresh visuals, but for now we're slipping into a short commercial